They just went up against one of the toughest teams that they could. They already did manage to take down Living Dream. Windwalker DK Nation just playing fantastically. They are pretty much
a little bit better than Reformed is doing right now.
Yeah, Reformed obviously is that team that's sitting in a much better position, but that seems to be a small oversight, actually a quite large oversight by them. If they can play around that a little bit better, they should be able to pick the way here, but now they're on the chopping block. ABC just one away from taking this to move forward. This is for top 4. After this, we'll know all the teams going to Championship Sunday. Sorry, I'm really excited to jump into this one. What do you think Reformed needs to do differently if they want to come out on top?
Even though they're down 0-2, these last 2 games have been so close. Like, that almost came down to a prize. The Pally was 1% in the first game on the Grand Arena. The Paladin already used Bubble, and then the Priest just died. So if the Priest can just survive, use his defensive cooldowns appropriately. I love how he immediately Trinket Rapture, Archangel, spam the shields on himself. If he can do that for the first go, the second go use Pain Suppression at 100% life, and then the third go maybe pre-barrier pull off a Miracle, then they win, right? Because the Ret Warrior runs out of steam by that point. So that's really what I think the jungle needs to do to take a win off ABC.
We'll have to see if Reformed can do it. A very tall order. The pressure that ABC has been able to put on is soul crushing, and they are looking to completely crush Reform to take a 3-0 and make their way to Championship Sunday.
Yep, ABC, they're going to be looking for those Hammer of Justice. This is basically how it's going to play out. Kara's going to get the Hammer of Justice, Relza is going to Trinket. Second Hammer of Justice, Relza is going to Trinket. Then it's good night, Relza. ABC needs to find that overwhelming damage. Boykin needs to throw out those purges to help his team take down the Discipline Priest. Last game, Relza, you know, I think he did a relatively good job. We'll have to see if he can keep it up in game number 3.
Hex Totem coming out immediately. Look at Minpoke and Kara just running straight under Relza. Relza, Clarity of Will spamming onto himself. Minpoke needs to get the Dispels off the trap coming out onto Minpoke, and he does get bashed up immediately, so he won't be able to get those purges off. Very nicely done. Now the full Hammer of Justice, and Relza doesn't care. He trinkets, Raptures, and Archangels immediately. So Kara and Nixie now both taking pressure, and this is kind of just, they're waiting for this next Hammer of Justice, right? They're waiting and they're trying to get this Hammer of Justice before Relza's trinket does come up, and in the meantime, Minpoke does pop a set, another triple fear coming out onto Minpoke, Kara, and
Relza, he ran out of time, but you know he's able to come back.
Absolutely phenomenal. They were going to a game 5. Made the ruins of Lordaeron joke. It's my role model's line. I like to use it every now and then. It did break out a few of the Rap God lines, but the prophecy does not become true. Does not become true. We're going to see now a game number 5. I had a feeling we were going to get to a game 5. That's why I wanted to highlight the thing that we may see happen when we actually get to the draft here from ABC. Keep that in the back of your mind. But before we do that, we need to talk about this game and how we got to the game 5. Now we're going to throw it over to the Mage King.
So, I must get close to the other mages on the desk, of course. Anyway, the main thing that happened in this game that set up this entire sequence of events here was that triple fear. Again, Minpoke is on top of his teammates, munching a triple fear, and then getting bursting shot at, stunned up, and here it is. Beautiful triple.
The Rogue Mage, you give the other team the Warrior and H-Pal, and then you put things on its head. Maybe they actually did practice with that Rogue Mage against Reform to get their practice, and now all of a sudden they decide, hey, look, we'll break out the Warrior and the Ret here to try to put them on the edge. But my prediction's not going to come true of ABC actually bringing out that Rogue Mage to try to switch things up. Maybe it is something like that that's going to dictate that. But this one's going to be close. I mean, like you mentioned, the first 2 games are very close. It seems like Reform, though, has really come online here. If Reform can nail down a top 4 position here by winning this, they essentially secure their place in LAN. If they don't, all of a sudden you have the number 2 seeded team not taking a top 4 in the second cup, which means the 5th place team from this cup has 120 points already, which means it's so difficult as a team looking from the outside in. You think of like the last team that we saw, like the Windwalker DK Nation. How does a team like that manage to qualify when all of a sudden Reform, it doesn't get how Zarya does for his first time on the desk? Make a prediction.
Still cut Black, easy. They were so strong today with the Frost Outlaw. I don't really see them losing in the RP Mirror. They won the RP Mirror against Ascendant last week, although they beat Marley at TSX. They beat them 3-1, I believe. That's correct. 3-1 and 3-2. So I think they'll be able to take out the RP Mirror again, and I think they'll be able to take out the beat.
I must get closer.
That's my prediction.
That's your prediction for his first time on the desk. I just want to say right now, even Ricky, obviously you've been doing this long.
I'm out of range.
Absolute legend without.
Too far away. I'm out of range. I do not have a target. I'm out of range. I must get closer. I need to target something first. Too far away.